And so talking about 5 to 10 years ago, I'd like to kind of forecast 5 to 10 years in the future for a moment. So, as I understand it now, and please do correct me if
Sure.
I'm wrong, the tool relies fully on research that Marketing Consult has already conducted. Even in the real
Yeah.
time, like even if it's 30 seconds ago, it is all kind of.
Yes.
Do you envision, because one thing that's starting to kind of bubble up and get a little bit of spotlight
Sure.
is synthetic research.
Right.
Do you envision a possible future iteration where like synthetic predictive research comes into the fold in this AI platform?
So I would probably separate those two terms.
Please.
I would start with predictive. Is the data
Mhm.
predictive? For us, actually, it's incredible the degree to which we have to focus on the predictive nature of the data. We work with some of the largest hedge funds in the world. We work with the major central banks like the Fed, and they want to be able to understand how predictive is the data set. And so it's benchmarked. So for instance, every publicly traded company that we track, you can actually benchmark all of their SEC reportable financials on it. And you can see it's a top 3 indicator for 180 publicly traded companies.
Damn.
And you're thinking about, for instance, staying at a place, you might be considering your vacation for weeks before you actually transact on it. And so that sort of attitudinal measure is going to be more predictive and forward looking than necessarily a transaction data set. So it's great because that means that we have this confidence of understanding, okay, this is highly predictive of business outcomes. It's not so much about, hey, it's great to have this research for the sake of research. It's really about, this research is fundamental to the outcome you're trying to achieve as a business leader, as a marketer. And that's different, obviously, than synthetic. Synthetic is going to have potentially predictive outcomes, but I'd separate the two. If I look at synthetic, I look at a situation in which people are solving for deficiencies in many cases,
Gotcha.
rather than leveraging it to do some incredible next level novel application.
Mhm.
Most of the pieces today with synthetic are, hey, we've got a small sample size, so we're going to try and juice it and make it look like it's bigger. Or we're going to try and create this situation where we've talked to some historical respondents, and I'm going to act as if this is somehow reflective of a respondent today. I think those are sort of shortchanging marketers. I think where we look at synthetic and are particularly excited about is, how do I take those 80 million interviews that we've already collected around the world, the largest global data set for that, and how do I allow you to do custom research that can crosswalk to that? So now you're leveraging, every time you're doing a new project as a marketer and leveraging novel new research, it can be crosswalked into the larger syndicated data set. So I think that's one of the applications. Obviously, I think you're kind of alluding to before, is you can generate personas. And those personas now can be updated with the daily data set. So you can see, how does a persona change as world events change around them.
I love that. And that actually puts a much more practical, useful idea of where synthetic data research is. It's so young, and you hear it and it's like, oh, you're just gonna make up a million people and I'm supposed
garbage
to,
in,
like,
garbage out. Like,
right,
you really have to
right.
care about data quality. And I think that's the challenge here, is for the longest time, there wasn't this investment in making sure you had extremely high quality data. For us, it's different. You think about most market research shops, they're doing it on behalf of client. It's not their neck that's out there in terms of the quality of the data. But because we collect that data, because it goes to places like the Federal Reserve and other large scale institutions that make major decisions, it's our name on the door. We had to care about quality differently. And I think the benefit is, once we started to realize that there was major improvements in quality, it was really then a second order effect that it also made it more efficient. Because you saw this situation in market research where a lot of buying and reselling of respondents happens that marketers don't even know. I think one of the things we oftentimes do is sort of market research 101 of, here are all the things that you're probably worried about that you should have known. Let's expose them and let's talk about, hey, we addressed this challenge with that technology. And then stepping forward is like, okay, let's think about where you want to go. What are the problems you want to solve? And be able to then have currency with the CFO. I want a marketer to be able to walk into a conversation with a CFO and have the same standing as somebody that might have operational data. And I think that's a total game changer in terms of elevating the role of marketers in the C-suite.